Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Elfbuggin, and if you haven't been here before, my channel is about finding my style as an illustrator and falling in love with my work again. It's also just about having fun, and I always really emphasize that at the beginning of the video because I forget that all the time. So I'm actually doing today's video early because I felt like being on time and productive. Actually, it's because I have several other things to do, so I was like, I might as well just get this out of the way in a good way. But, so I actually drew something else today too, but it was literally such a chill sketch that I'm not going to show it, and it kind of sucks anyways. This today was supposed to also be a sketch, but I ended up really having fun when I was rendering it, so I felt confident enough to show you guys what it is. So, it's really blown out, as all my drawings have been when I screen share on the iPad. But so in my last video I talked about how doing line art thinner has been a game changer. I also feel like every time I've ever done line art, I always if it's thin, I get really close to it. I'm like, oh my god, we really need to make sure this looks good. And I've actually abandoned that whole way of thinking when doing these drawings. I actually will sketch in a thicker line, and then when I'm refining the shapes, I go straight into using this thinness, and I just hope for the best, and I try to use confident strokes when I'm doing it, and then I thicken up things as I need to go. But today, so I had, what was I doing? Oh yeah, the whole reason I did these busts was because I wanted to see what would this thin line look like with rendering side by side. Now what I was supposed to do was copy and paste all the rendering I did over here and put it on this one, because, and you're probably wondering, why, dude? Isn't that gonna look the same? Well, no, I saw this really cool hack on YouTube Shorts today about how to make your line work look kind of fuzzy, kind of cool. So I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to zoom in really quick. When you look at these two lines, this line has a red outline, a fuzzy red to it, and this is just the black line. There's no Gaussian blur line art at all. So I when I do my, okay, this is actually not final line art. Let me just say something. This is not final line art. But what's really funny is I took this exact same line art and it's over here. The only thing I added over here was these eyebrows. Because what's going on here? I don't know what I was thinking when I drew them that thin. But what I'm saying is everything else on here, believe it or not, is all just the color added to the drawing to make it look more dimensional. And it actually looks way more dimensional than it's letting off with this overexposure. But also, don't ask me what this hairstyle is. I literally was just I was thinking of that girl from Spy X Family. The really hot mom. I love her. She's so wonderful. But anyways, I was thinking about her, and I like how she has her little hairs in the front, and then this cute bun updo in the back. But anyways, so yeah. What you do is, so you get your line art like this. And this is not my trick. I'm literally telling you a trick I saw online. Okay, guys. So I'm sorry, I did not come up with this. I was just testing the waters today, and I really liked it. You get this line work. You duplicate this layer, and then you fill it with a red. I used a red like this. A really, really bright red, okay? You can do whatever you want, though. I'm not going to tell you what to do. So after you make the second layer, so here's your OG line art. You make your second line art layer. It's red, or whatever color you want. Okay? I'm not here to tell you what color either. I just thought the red looked good. So after that, you set this layer to linear burn. Oh wait, make sure you merge the red in it, okay? You don't. Some people will do a clipping mask and they'll drop the red in. Make sure you merge the two, okay? You don't want to have a clipping mask attached to it. So by the end of it, this is your OG line art. This is your line art again, but it's all red. No clipping mask. It's merged down, okay? Turn this layer to linear burn, okay? And then, I don't like this, so I made a duplicate of the OG, but you can do whatever you want. you would originally blur this layer, your black layer, and that's why it gets this fuzzy, like, because the red line art isn't blurred out, it's the black line art, okay? So what I did is I duplicated this OG layer. I said I'm not going to mess with my OG line art. I did not just put all that time in my line art to destroy it, because I don't like to destroy my layers. So we're going to call this OG2. I turned this one off, and this one's on. And I blur this one. Okay? And this, you know, this guy stayed the same. And then you get this. You get this, okay? So, I hope that made sense. I'm going to erase all that stuff now. It's just what I saw on YouTube Shorts today. And I noticed some of my favorite illustrators in high school that were comic artists had a very similar, like, quality to their line work. Now, I have to admit, like, in yesterday's video, I did talk about how the new line art technique that I've been using has already, I feel like, really improved my drawings, regardless of if they're going to be more proportional or more chibi, right? Although I like a good thick line for a chibi drawing. But for these more proportional ones, like, very nice using this technique. Which I talked about in my last video. So anyways, this was the line art beforehand, and just like putting all, this is how I usually render over here, okay? When I want to go hard, when I want to try to do it as good as I can, even then I would really like to start changing the inside of certain like line colors like this. I feel like should be a lighter color. There's a lot of tips and tricks when it comes to illustration that like I've had in my memory bank that every time I'd sit down and draw, I just wouldn't do it because I was being lazy. So I've been trying to like add each one as I go. Dude, she looks so cool with some earrings. Hold up. What the funny thing is, I just give freaking anime characters the same earrings I have every time I draw them. I'm like, yo, they'd look cool with this, and I just put my earring on. Like, there are different freaking earring options, like, you know, orders and stuff, but it is what it is. I'm just a dork. So anyways, that's what I drew today. It took a while. I was kind of rendering fast because I was trying to just like see, like, I wanted to see the difference, right? Because first, before I started any of this, I saw that cool line art trick that I just told you guys about with the red line, okay? And I was like, dude, I gotta do that. But I don't want to grab one of my current drawings. I'll just make a new one really quick, like some sort of bust. Actually, I'll pull up the original file so that you can see how long it took me. Let's see here. Oh, God! Sorry, I have old drawings on here. So, let's see here. We started at... Oh, God, that was so embarrassing. That was really old drawing, guys. Like, a long time. Anyways, we started at 120. So, 120 to 230. Wow, that was, like, a little over an hour. That's all it took. God, sometimes I wish you could just, like, erase... This is the bad drawing I did today, guys, that I didn't want to show because, like, I actually didn't really care about the anatomy or the hair or anything like that. I was just having a good old time. Let's just run away from that, actually. Okay, yeah. God, I was always like, I'm not gonna scroll through my Procreate albums so people can't see the really bad drawings that are in there. Like, when I say really bad, I mean, like, horrendous. Like, you're having, like, a bad drawing day or just a bad, like, year, you know? Like, and you're not making anything good. Like, there are some old drawings in there that I need to take down. Or at least put them to the bottom so you guys never, ever see them. You know what? I think I'm actually going to do that. Anyways, so, let's see here. I guess I don't really have anything else to say about this drawing. You can't really tell the nose highlight I have right here because it's all blown out and stuff like that. One thing is, I knew doing this line art that the anatomy, as in the eyes and stuff, weren't what I wanted them to be. But I was like, I'm not here to be perfect right now. I actually just want to test out this coloring thing that I told you guys about. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning. So I, like, didn't care that this looked kind of wonky, and I was like, whatever. But it ended up still looking good, and I don't know why. That's, like, really, at the end of the day, if you don't do, like, if you don't fix your anatomy correctly, no amount of rendering is really going to make it look better. And I think this is, like, such a slight problem, maybe, that's why you can't notice it. It's not, like, as blaring as other anatomy mistakes I've made before. So, yeah, guys, this is the first time I've colored red hair. None of my ponies had red hair except Rarity. No, I mean Rainbow Dash had a red streak in her hair, but it wasn't like this beautiful orange auburn red. So this was my first time coloring red hair, and I don't know why I chose red. I was just like, I haven't done red. Like, let's just do red. And I was like, wow, I think I've done brown hair, blonde hair, and red hair, and I'm doing pink hair for this Draw This in Your Style, which I'm sure you guys wanted to see for today's video, but I'm still working on it. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's what I drew today. I'm actually, just to like wrap up the video, I've said before in my past several videos, I've been really proud of the like drawing progress that I've been making. But I want to mention, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while and you're kind of like wondering like, wow, why are some drawings getting much better than others? And it really is a time and energy thing. I mean, besides the fact that you're constantly learning as you continue to draw. But there are times where I will just upload the drawing and I'm like, listen, I'm tired. I know this is wrong. I know I can fix it, but I'm not going to do it. And that also depends on what is it that I'm fixing, right? Like, I have a really tough time with hands. So if I want to draw a good hand, like, I'm going to be sitting there for at least 2 hours. Maybe that's overkill, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm sitting there putting all my brain power into drawing this hand, and it can be, like, really tiring. So I think one thing I tell my friends all the time, that's the ugliest brain I've ever seen. But look, brain power. Something I tell my friends all the time is that consistent average work daily is always going to be better than near perfect, rare work. So I've noticed with my own work and with this channel that by showing up as often as I can, even if I take my little 2-week breaks and I don't post a video or something, that doesn't mean I'm not drawing during that time. And I have hundreds of sketches of pretty anime girls or anything else that have gone unfinished because the whole point was I was just practicing that day. Whether it was I was practicing on the line work or I was practicing on like the shape language or whatever it is. Like, maybe the line work sucked for that drawing and I was just focusing on the shape language. I was trying to make sure that my character had like really cool shapes and it was interesting to look at, and I wasn't focusing on how good the drawing was going to be because it ended up, dying at a sketch. Just, doing his thing, going to the sketch graveyard that I have. But, yeah, I've noticed the most growth with my drawings by being more chill about it and not caring if they get done. Now, I have actually been pushing myself to finish drawings because I have a lot of drawings that I'm really proud of that I want to finish, that I'm like, okay, I need to do these. But I've been implementing a new style of studying where, yes, consistent daily work is always going to matter more. I think that's like what I would preach is like the top priority. But I will say, sitting down and really taking the time to learn something once in a while so you don't burn yourself out is super smart too. And that's what I did with this line work technique thingy that I've been learning. Is like I've been really looking at other artists and wondering like, how can I replicate that? And I don't want to think about it too hard, because if I have to think about it too hard, I won't want to draw it at all. Ooh, what's going on? So I'm just kind of trying to draw when I talk so you guys have something to look at, even if they're ugly like sketches. But because my big goal was drawing more proportionate girls, I was like, well, why don't I just try thin line art again? Like, I should just try it. Just stop. Because sometimes I try something once and it turns out bad and I'm like, I'm never going to do this again. Like, why did I ever think I could do thin line art? So I like got up and I was like, bro, let's just try it again. And I remembered hearing that technique from someone I knew. I don't remember what they said. Like, making the intersections the parts that are thicker. and really, literally in that one drawing, the draw this in your style drawing, I noticed such a difference. So, yeah, so that's what I have for today's video. I hope it wasn't like all over the place, and I hope I described my intention with doing this head bust study as clear as possible. But, and I hope you liked seeing my goofy little bust as well. So if you guys have any questions or anything you want to, oh my god, I'm sorry, that was disgusting, that was my neck. Or anything else you want to mention in the comments, feel free to comment. One of my other goals is getting this Instagram up and running. I don't like posting to Instagram because it stresses me out. So, yeah, I'm going to try to though, guys, okay? I'm really going to try to. So, if you want to follow my Twitter or my dead Instagram or anything else I have in my social links, feel free to do so. And I really appreciate you coming to my video. We're 1 subscriber away from 700. How crazy is that? I don't even know. I don't know what's going on, why there's so many people on this channel. It's so nice. It's so nice. I'm just whoa. My videos are really not planned. So I hope they're somewhat enjoyable to watch. But I'm very grateful and very happy that you guys are here watching me draw and seeing my progress, and even seeing my ugly drawings. It makes me want to die, but it is what it is. Thank you again for your support, and I will see you in the next video.